In a world built for giants, a tiny mouse steps into the roar of the modern city. Towers of steel rise above like cold mountains, humming with electricity and human ambition. Every sound is thunder, every shadow an unknown threat. Yet the little wanderer moves forward, whiskers trembling, heart racing, trying to understand this enormous, restless world. Here, nothing stands still. Lights blink, engines growl, footsteps shake the ground. For a creature so small, simply existing feels like a heroic act. But the mouse endures, soft, silent, unnoticed, carrying the quiet courage of those who survive, not by strength, but by determination. In this vast landscape, the journey of one tiny life begins.
Hunger is a patient teacher, and for a small mouse, its lessons begin at dawn. In the quiet corners of the city, where scraps are rarer than kindness, every scent in the air is a promise, or a disappointment. A single crumb becomes a prize worth chasing, guarding, and carrying like treasure. But nothing comes without risk. At any moment, a booming step might land too close. A shadow might fall across the ground, turning the search into a frantic escape. Still, the mouse persists, weaving through forgotten alleys and beneath rusted pipes, driven by the simple hope of one good bite. In a world overflowing with abundance, the smallest creature must fight hardest for the smallest piece. Yet with every found morsel, the mouse proves again, survival belongs to those who never give up the hunt.
Danger in the mouse's world is quiet, patient, and always watching. A pair of glowing eyes may flicker from behind the trash bin. A silent shadow may glide across a rooftop, or a breeze may carry the faint rustle of wings. For a creature so small, every moment is a test of instinct. Listen, freeze, run. The mouse's heart beats like a tiny drum as it darts through narrow cracks and under broken boards, chased not always by claws, but by the very idea of what might lurk behind the next corner. Predators rule the darkness, and the mouse knows this well. Yet it keeps moving, slipping through the world like a whisper, relying on speed, luck, and courage. In the endless game of hunter and hunted, survival is an art, and the mouse is both student and master. To the mouse, humans are towering beings of unpredictable power. Their homes glow with warmth and food, yet every corner hides a silent warning, a metal trap waiting with cold precision, a sprinkle of poison disguised as a harmless meal. A sudden movement that shakes the ground like an earthquake. The mouse studies these dangers carefully, learning the shapes and scents of human inventions meant to end its tiny life. Still, the lure of safety and shelter pulls it closer to the world of giants. It steps lightly, almost floating, knowing one wrong choice could be fatal. In a realm ruled by creatures who never notice its presence, the mouse must read the smallest signs to stay alive.
In the age of machines, the world grows colder for the mouse. Devices hum and glide across floors with perfect, unfeeling rhythm. A robot vacuum sweeps through the room like a mindless predator, blind to anything small and fragile. Wires twist like unfamiliar vines, humming with invisible currents that sting without warning. The mouse navigates this landscape carefully, treating every buzzing gadget as a possible threat. What once was quiet shelter has become a maze of moving parts and hidden shocks. And yet, the mouse adapts, learning the patterns of these metal beasts, finding stillness in the chaos. Because even in a home ruled by technology, there must be a corner where a small creature can breathe.
Where old walls once stood, machines now tear the ground apart.
Buildings rise and fall faster than a mouse can learn the paths between them. The cozy cracks, the abandoned sheds, the wooden beams that held entire generations, gone in a single afternoon. As construction roars through the city, mouse families scatter like fallen leaves, searching for new shelter before night closes in. The world shifts too quickly for tiny paws to keep up. Yet, among the rubble and dust, the mouse pushes forward, knowing that safety must still exist somewhere. For even when the familiar world collapses, hope can survive in the smallest hidden corner.
Cold is a silent enemy that creeps in without warning. When winter winds sweep through the city, the mouse feels every breath of frost like a whisper against its bones. Shivering, it searches for warmth behind bricks, under pipes, inside forgotten pockets of air. The world shrinks to simple needs: a dry corner, a hint of heat, a place where snow cannot reach. Nights stretch long and merciless, testing the limits of such a tiny heart. And yet, in the face of winter's cruelty, the mouse digs deeper, curls tighter, and holds on. For warmth is not just comfort, it is the promise of tomorrow.
Even in a dangerous world, no creature wants to walk alone. In the quiet hours of night, when the city softens its roar, mice find each other through soft chirps, shared crumbs, and the warmth of tiny bodies huddled together. Companionship becomes a shield against fear, a reminder that life is more than survival. Together, they navigate tunnels, warn of dangers, and celebrate the small victories. A safe nest, a quiet corner, a piece of food big enough for two. In these fragile bonds lies a strength far greater than size. For even the smallest life becomes braver when it beats in harmony with another.
A mouse may be small, but its will is carved from something resilient. It leaps to shelves twice its height, squeezes through gaps no wider than a coin, and dodges danger with lightning speed. Every obstacle becomes a puzzle, every threat a lesson. The mouse survives not by overpowering the world, but by outsmarting it, slipping through cracks, listening to vibrations, sensing danger before it arrives. In its quiet determination lies a strength invisible to those who walk on 2 feet. The world is vast and unforgiving, yet the mouse endures, proving that courage is measured not in size, but in spirit.
As dawn brushes the city with pale light, the mouse pauses on a rooftop, gazing across the world that both threatens and shelters it. For a moment, the noise fades, replaced by a fragile sense of peace. The night is survived. The family is safe. A tiny piece of food lies hidden away for later. In these small triumphs, hope takes root. The mouse knows the world will never be easy, but within its heart beats a quiet promise to keep trying, to keep running, to keep living. Every sunrise brings another chance, and even the smallest creature can dream of a gentler tomorrow.
If you liked my video even a little, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. You will help me a lot.